It's a 32-yarder as you take a look at the Radford fans. Their team trails right now 6-0, and we'll be back.
Mitch & Company is a full-service real estate broker for serious people who want to close transactions. Let Mitch & Company help turn your real estate dreams into realities. Mitch & Company, residential and commercial real estate.
Most certainly, the most delicious new burger in town.
This is Lee.
Yes, Mimi.
We voted, and for lunch we won most delicious hamburgers in town.
Well, there's just one place to go.
Where?
Someplace brand new.
Most Burger.
Most certainly, most definitely.
That became the Most Burger?
Yeah.
All finished?
Almost.
Most Burger is here in town.
6-0 Waipahu, and Coach, take a look at this effort by Gonzalez. I know when you watch warm-ups, you always look at the kicker's hands.
That's right. And he got the good hands.
And not a bad foot there either.
Kind of looked like a little ballet dancer there, you know that?
Sam Delos Reyes with a 6-0 lead at this point, and his team has the football. 1:26 to play in the first quarter. They marched 99 yards in their opening drive thanks to that man, Lefa Lauti. 6 of his first 7 completions this year went for touchdowns. That's amazing. And he drops back and gives to Cooper on the draw, trying to get away at the 30, turns the corner, 35-40, and run out of bounds. Knocked out by Jory Sanchez, a 155-pound senior, or Cooper was off to the races. And we've seen already with Cooper and Kamaka, they have some excellent speed at the skill positions.
Yes, our immovable faucet, you can see here, has got some problems because they don't know who they're after. They're playing Lauti, and here comes Cooper. Breaks a tackle. Break just outruns one defender there and gets pushed out of bounds.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, and here's Kamaka in motion again. Got to look out as Lauti is under pressure. Will he throw? No, he'll run the 40, 45, dragged down by his jersey at midfield. Stopped on the play by James Barrientos, the linebacker for the Rams, but a pickup of 9 on the play.
Barrientos was very fortunate to get his meat hooks in there. Watch this, number 60. Completely breaks that tackle. Lauti. Here comes Barrientos just with that one hand. Kind of an anchor tackle, you might say, a takedown. He's only a sophomore, 255 pounds.
Barrientos on the stop as Slade goes in motion out to the left side. 2nd and 1, and Lauti will keep. It looked like might have been a busted play. Gets a great block at the 45 and moves down close to the 40-yard line. Boy, we got to see that block again because that was
a cartouche.
That was, thank you.
You don't hear very many offensive players getting the cartouche here on OIA football in Oceanic, but that was a cartouche.
Pickup of 12 on the play. Although at first it appeared that was a slow developing play in the backfield that had some problems, and Lauti made it work.
He is a real classic quarterback. He is what you want in a run-and-shoot quarterback.
And we've got a timeout on the field with 12 seconds to play in the first quarter. And Sam Delos Reyes will talk to Lauti. And see what they want to set up here. Lauti.
Somebody's delving into obvious there. Coaches on the Radford team are saying, you got to tackle, gang. Yes, you're going to have to tackle. But this Sunday afternoon, if you want to see some tackling, it's NFL action on TNT. The Washington Redskins evade the Phoenix Cardinals Sunday at 2 o'clock on TNT, Oceanic Cable, Channel 29.
The Radford defenders trying to figure out a way to stop Lauti, who last week against Pearl City ran for touchdowns of 69 yards and 1 yard, and also threw for 2 other touchdowns from 28 and 26 yards out as they won 40-10. Lauti's a guy, he can run, he can pass, he can do it all.
Well, just look at the imbalance here. Radford has 110 yards rushing and 80 yards passing already. I mean, Waipahu does. Radford only has 54.
Lauti will look to throw, and he's going deep down the sideline, and incomplete. Intended for Dean Petty, who was the recipient of a touchdown pass last week in the win over Pearl City. He hauled in the 28-yarder. Double coverage that time by the Radford Rams defensively. 4 seconds left in the first quarter of play. 6-0 Waipahu.
It's a little harder to throw this way, believe it or not. You can't feel it in your living room, but the wind is really blowing at Lauti's back.
This is Kamaka in motion. We got to watch him every time he starts out. And they'll go short this time and over the middle and incomplete.
I think he was throwing that to the umpire that time.
I believe it was intended for Brennan Kamaka, but the ump actually had the best chance to catch the ball. And right now, we're going to take some time to talk about one of the legendary coaches in the OIA, John Velasco, who started Radford's program in 1958 and ran it until 1981 when he passed away on the eve of his club's OIA championship game with Waianae. Tonight we pay tribute to John Velasco, the coach and the man, in this edition of the OIA's First 50 Years.
Coach Velasco, you got to get to know him. Of course, the guy's a black belt karate guy, and he had his hat always dim low with shades, and you could never see his eyes, and he's very intimidating. He didn't have to yell and stuff like that. He could just give you this look, which would send a chill down your spine, you know. And I haven't met a coach since then that's put so much fear into people, and he was a great motivator.
I don't think there was anybody else in the league that was held in awe by his players or by his coaches that coached other sports than Johnny was. When Johnny said jump, they all said how high. But with his hardcore outlook and all that, that guy had a big heart, I think, bigger than anything else. And I know I got to know him real well, you know, in the last 5 or 6 years that we played each other. And that guy was more human being than anybody thought. Everybody thought, looking from the outside, he's just a hardcore, straight guy. But he's a lot of fun, great talent, great musician. I mean, guy could sing. I think what happened was he worked 20 hours a day, you know. So, but John was a great influence in our league, development of our league.
Just give you an idea, time of possession. Radford has had the ball 7 minutes, 50 seconds for a total of 54 yards. Waipahu has had it only for 4 minutes, 10 seconds and a total yardage of 190. So you can see what's going on here. It is the irresistible force now that is winning our classic battle.
And Waipahu will punt it away, and a flag goes down as the punter was roughed, and this ball trying to save it at the 1-yard line of the Marauders, but it does go back for a touchback. I believe the punter, Kamaka, was roughed on the play after a 41-yard kick, and so Waipahu, with this penalty, should keep possession of the ball, Coach. And
costly mistake for Radford. They can ill afford to make any kind of mistakes against this offense.
You just cannot make those kinds of errors.
You can see the kind of effort that Waipahu is putting on there. They were trying desperately to ground that ball on the goal line. You can see the Radford coach there with the... he looks like he's ready to go in there and play, just almost.
Ron, in his 4th year, played for BYU.
Roughing the kicker. Defense. Automatic first down.
That is a costly penalty.
Sam Delos Reyes, Velasco's counterpart, on the Waipahu sideline. And his team picks up a big break right there. 1st and 10 from the 25, running the option for the first time tonight. Lauti with the speed, galloping to the 20, 15, and just gets tripped up at the 10-yard line. Otherwise, it would have been another touchdown for Mr. Lauti.
17 yards right there.
Deceiving
just ripped
speed,
it off.
Coach. Deceiving speed as he turned the corner.
Yeah, a lot of colleges are going to be looking at this young man, I guarantee you. Look at it one more time. Watch him accelerate as he turns the corner here, which is a trait of a great quarterback. Got good eyes, comes down here. This is just a wide open option. No triple option, no nothing. Almost like a quarterback sweep all by himself. He actually tackled himself. He was either tackled by the 10-yard line or himself.
And he'll throw on 1st and goal from the 8 over the middle. Incomplete.
Radford has already had 3 penalties for 35 yards, and that could have been a real costly one. Lauti now has 4 carries for 51 yards.
Pass was intended for Brennan Kamaka. And so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Waipahu with a 6-0 lead here in the 2nd quarter.
You can see the Radford defense has been out there too long. They're starting to wilt just a little bit under the irresistible force.
Kamaka starts in motion. A little bit of confusion now as he and Slade aren't sure where to go. And Lauti, as penalty markers go down, in big trouble now. This is the ad-lib special, and he gets away at the 20. Big block at the 15. Oh, what an effort by Lauti. But there are flags virtually everywhere, and you got to believe that this one's going to come back. I mean, we could start out with 2 men in motion before the snap of the ball, and that's the first penalty. There may be others.
That almost looked like Canadian football there for a minute with the 2 guys in motion in the same backfield. Lauti never quits, though. Watch this. Even with the penalties, this is an incredible athletic feat. Watch him absolutely change directions, come to a dead stop, and then turn it on here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Katusha's right there.
Fisher
occurring.
and Sullivan and a whole bunch of
One more
guys
here.
in black. And a big block right there as Andrew Alameda clobbered a Radford defender.
Robert Fisher was a recipient of that one. He won't forget that for a while.
So after all of that, it's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line. And we've got more flags.
Seem to have consensus on that one. All the flags went up.
The officials very busy here in the first half of action.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, still 2nd down.
So they trade 5-yard penalties, and we're back to 2nd and goal from the 8. Keep your eyes on Kamaka here, number 25, the left slot back. They like to go to him deep down in the red zone, as they call it. And Lauti, running for dear life, just turns and fires as he was under all kinds of pressure.
That's the Radford blitzing that we talked about. They try to play him straight in the first quarter. It didn't work. You're going to see a lot more of this, I would predict.
It was intended for Cooper, and Lauti was just snowed under that time. As soon as he got back there, he had all kinds of black shirts all over and really not much of an opportunity to complete the pass. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line from the double slot. And this is Kamaka in motion again. Lauti will look for him and fire to the corner of the end zone. Too far, incomplete.
You should have seen the block Richard Tanuvasa, a 327-pound offensive tackle, put on down there. That was really something to behold.
And Lauti may have taken a shot after throwing the ball, and he appears to be shaken up.
He's well protected. You notice he has those real space-age rib pads on around there. That's what that is. Going to try a 25-yard field goal here.
And Stanford Ginoza is the kicker, and this is a fake. Lauti is the holder, throwing into the end zone, tipped and incomplete, and almost picked off. And so Radford will get the ball back in the shakiest of ways, because that was very close to being a touchdown, very close to being intercepted.
I want to tell you, Radford has dodged a couple speeding bullets here, and they are still in the football game, going with the game. Pass was intended for Jonathan Kamaka Jr., who was out there, but the ball was slightly underthrown.
I believe it was Joey Gonzalez who broke it up at the last second. But, you know, we told you earlier, Waipahu will do a lot of different things, crazy things, out of punt formation and field goal attempts, because they've got Lauti back there. And we'll come back, 6-0 Waipahu.
No matter how you look at it, making a move is a lot of hard work. It's good to know you can depend on M. Dyer & Sons to make your move as easy as possible. Whether you're moving across town or halfway around the world, we'll get you there for less. Call and compare. For moving and storage, make sure your belongings are handled with kid glove care. M. Dyer & Sons. Don't make a move without us.
Oceanic cable is one of the best values around in town.
Oh, it's a great deal, you know, because my husband doesn't complain about the bill.
Before, I used to spend a lot of money going to the movies. Now I can stay home. I save a bundle.
I think it's a good deal.
If I had to go out and rent all the movies I'd watch, I couldn't afford that. I wouldn't be able to see anything.
For the price that you pay, you just can't beat it. It gives you all that you need.
I know it's affordable. It's definitely worth the price.
Look at all the things we are.
Back at Aloha Stadium, the Radford cheering section, a rather exuberant bunch tonight, Coach.
They have right to be. Lauti now has 4 carries for 18 yards, a 12.3 average. Gray has 3 carries for 48 yards, a 16-yard per carry rate. Radford's going with the win, which is now a factor in this game, both in kicking and in passing. You can see the total offense there, 190 to 54.
Flags go down as Gray bursts away at the 15-yard line, spinning to the 20, out to the 25. But again, penalty markers all over the field, so this will probably come back as well.
Shellie Benjamin makes the tackle there and saved a good one, boy. He was gone. Radford now really hurting themselves with penalties.
Illegal shift by the Rams will march them back 5 yards. They trail 6-0 here in the second quarter, 9:51 to play in the first half. Larry Beal along with Larry Price and Skip Aquina down on the sidelines.
Watch this play right here. Boy, real good running. Big time feet, good spin move there.
Rodney Gray, the 5'11", 170-pound senior with some nifty moves, but all for naught as they will push them back. And it'll be 1st and 14 from the 4-yard line. Radford deep in their own territory, and Gray stuck at the line of scrimmage, hit once, twice, and then a third time, finished off by Shellie Benjamin. Andrew Pola in on the stop initially.
Shellie Benjamin is doing a great side. Also Stanford Suivaia, I guess is how you say his name. Is that pretty close?
It's close as we're going to get anyway.
I like Benjamin. Benjamin has got his nose right up in there defensively for Waipahu. And they look good offensively and defensively. We got quite a football game.
No gain on the last play, 2nd and 14, and you can see the blood on the elbow of the quarterback, Joey Gonzalez, who's taking a pounding here in the early going. Busted play. They're just lucky to hand it off to Gray, and he gets back to the 2-yard line. You know, the fear here is that you get dropped for a safety. Not only do you give up 2 points, but then you have to kick the ball away, so a loss of 1. Lance Gaspar and Siafono Suivaia on the tackle. And now let's go down to Skip.
Larry, I've had a chance to watch this boy, Lefa Lauti, play, and I'll tell you, he's just a tremendous athlete. He's made some great decisions down here. He's a magician down here on the field. I'm really impressed with his play.
All right, thanks, Skip. 3rd and 15 as the Rams are retreating here on offense. You can see the split backs, Gray and Cunningham, in their own end zone. And Lauti, check that, Gonzalez will flip it to Holy, the tight end, out to the 10-yard line. Well short of a first down as they needed to get to the 18 to keep this drive alive. But at least it will give Gonzalez, the punter, a little bit of room to work after a 7-yard reception.
Good tackle by Palanico Vitale there. All right, look at that school's pride. Look at that spirit. Yes, yes. We know.
The Rams certainly not trailing in the cheerleading department, although they trail on the scoreboard 6-0 here in the second quarter. And Gonzalez, who's punted beautifully here on 2 earlier efforts.
You can see the wind really in favor of Radford's punt here.
Gets a good snap, but this is not a very good kick.
That's almost impossible to do with a 20-mile-an-hour wind. He got backspin on the ball.
And so Waipahu will take it back offensively at the 31-yard line. Waipahu with a 6-0 lead here. 7:08 left in the first half of play, and we're coming right back.
Great time.
Try a taste of Island Manapua. Every day we make fresh all your favorites, like beef tofu and beef broccoli, crispy wonton and chow mein, sweet sour pork, chow fun, plus almond cookies, dim sum, and don't forget the Manapua. Come in today for all of your favorites from Island Manapua.
It's the right time, right place, Manoa Marketplace.
This is your last chance for big savings on 1990 Mazdas at Shellie Mazda. Save $1,529, including $1,000 cash back on a Mazda truck. Buy the popular RX-7 sports car, only 5% over dealer cost. Save on a 626 with $1,500 cash back from Mazda. Buy the world-class 929 sedan, only 5% over dealer cost. 4 spectacular deals during the last chance sales event at Shellie Mazda, Kapiolani, or Shellie Waipahu.
Back at Aloha Stadium, and we showed you the Radford sideline earlier and their cheerleaders, and this is the opposition, the counterparts. Not quite as much spirit there, Coach, for Waipahu at this point, although they do have a 6-0 lead, and they have the ball. 1st and 10, the Radford 31. Lauti will look to pass on the run, fires complete to Kamaka at the 19-yard line, and he is taken down there by Rodney Gray.
12-yard pass. Lauti to Kamaka all night. Lauti to Kamaka. Sanchez in on the tackle with Rodney Gray. Here it is again. Little sprint. Eludes one tackler. Looks like he's going to get caught. Just a little wrist pass. Complete. Jonathan Kamaka Jr. 5 receptions for 151 yards. 30.2 per catch.
And of course, he's the man who hauled in a 44-yarder. The only score of the game thus far, giving Waipahu a 6-0 lead. Marauders, 1st and 10 from the Radford 18. Lauti with plenty of time to throw. Fires, tipped and almost picked off by Gray. He got a hand on it and couldn't quite grasp it and yank the ball in. But a dangerous pass by Lauti that time.
Tune in Sunday for the latest USA original movie. Listen to this. Kay Lentz and Patrick Kennedy star in a spine-chilling story of intrigue. Hitler's Daughter. Achtung, Hitler's Daughter. Sunday at 7 p.m. on Oceanic Channel 12.
2nd and 10 for the Marauders from the 18 of Radford. From the double slot, and this is Slade in motion. From right to left, and now he slows up. Lauti will run the option, and the pitch to Cooper. Sidesteps a man at the 15, running through one tackle and finally brought down by Phil Cunningham, but a pickup of 6 on the play. We'll set up 3rd and short.
It's interesting to point out that this is just a naked option. No dive, no triple, nothing. He's just reading the outside receiver. Just pitches it out there when number 86 there is the man that he was optioning. Almost breaks it there. It's interesting to point out that Lauti has 3 of 14 passes completed, but for 92 yards.
Well, the big one, the 44-yarder to Kamaka. 3rd and 4 now from the 12, the inside handoff, the 10, the 5, and barreling down to the 2-yard line is Richard Colombini, the right slot back.
Good tackle by Tony Molina there. He was in the end zone.
Richard slashing his way for a gain of 11. His first carry of the night, 5'9", 165-pound junior.
Good carry. They've run that play a couple of times, very successful. What that means, of course, is Radford's defense is over pursuing and not keeping their eye on what's going on there, reading their keys.
And a face mask on the tackle of Colombini.
They didn't need that.
Will move the ball from the 2 to the 1-yard line. And 1st and goal from the 1 as Waipahu looks to add to a 6-0 lead. And they remain in the double slot with Reynold Cooper, the single setback behind Lauti. QB sneak, and we'll see if he gets over or not as they unpile everybody at the goal line. And he apparently did not make it in on that attempt.
See Richard Tanuvasa there, number 75. The idea was to run right over him, and he was behind Lauti, so.
Well, you're about as close as you can be without actually being in the end zone at that point. The ball just needs to break the plane of the goal line in order to score a touchdown.
Look at the size of Tanuvasa there, number 75, 327 pounds. Let's run over him, why not?
And he is close, but well, one ref signals touchdown, and now several more do. It appeared as though he might have been stacked up and stopped, but The official on the far side of the field signaled touchdown.
Yeah, he's the one that has the final say there. He sees the plane being broken.
So Lauti has passed for 1 touchdown and now also run for a touchdown. And Sam Delos Reyes' team now up 12-0, and they will go for 2 to try to make it an even 14-0 advantage. So the ball comes out to the 3-yard line on this 2-point conversion try. Kamaka in motion. And they will throw. Lauti has time, and now he'll run. Will he make it? Yes! Oh, beautiful effort by Lefa Lauti, and that was just pure power and determination.
He delivered the cartouche that time with his helmet. He really rattled Gonzalez's cage on that one. Watch this.
Here's the sneak for the touchdown. We'll see if he was over or not. Maybe we won't.
Tanuvasa wasn't. You'll see number 75 get shoved back, but Lauti was, so that's what counts.
And we'll take a break with Waipahu off to a 14-0 lead, 4:43 remaining in the first half.
Excuse me, just one more question.
Well, of course. Is there something else?
You did say my new brakes were from Napa.
Yeah, Napa. And they come with a lifetime warranty.
I just want to be sure.
Well, I can't blame you for that.
Thanks. It's really important to me. Come on, sweetheart. Let's go.
When you need to be sure, Napa. We keep Hawaii on the move.
Saturday on Oceana Cable, Vanessa Redgrave stars in a steamy tale of forbidden love. A lonely shopkeeper hires a young drifter while her husband is hospitalized, and a deadly scandal ensues. In Orpheus Descending, a TNT World Premiere movie, Saturday night at 10 on TNT, Oceana Cable, Channel 29.
We had 31 yards in 5 plays, 2 minutes, 25 seconds a score, 1-yard run by Lauti.
Waipahu kicks off, and this is Ricardo Williams back at his own 8-yard line, running into the 15 and stacked up at the 20-yard line, gang tackled by the white-shirted Marauders at the 21-yard line.
You know, for a limited time, you can order Honolulu Magazine and you'll get a monthly cable guide. Plus, this year's restaurant guide free with your subscription. Call Oceanic Cable to order.
Radford coach John Velasco said coming in, or Ron Velasco, I should say, said coming in that he wanted the Rams to hold Waipahu to 14 points or less, and he's at the limit right now here in the second quarter. His team unable to really mount a successful offensive threat, although they were able to pick up some ground, some yardage on the ground earlier as Cunningham takes the toss and then gets tossed after a gain of 1, maybe 2 at the most.
Lance Gasper making a tackle there as you look at the Radford Ram mascot. What happened was Waipahu came out with an even defense, a 4-man front, and Radford just ripped them. They jumped to the 5-2, and Radford hasn't been able to handle it as of yet. But they're going to have to keep the offense out there on the field for a while to give their defense a little time to rest.
Call it a gain of 1, and you see the yardage very, very heavily favoring the Marauders of Waipahu. 2nd and 9 from the 22 as Sean Cloyce goes in motion from right to left, and the ball is juggled and scooped up by Cunningham, luckily. Otherwise, Radford would have been in deep, deep trouble at the 22-yard line. They can ill afford Waipahu to pick up a loose ball and be in golden position to add another score.
Watch Larry Slade here, number 78. He's right at the point of attack. Both guards pulling. Never gets a handle on the ball. Good block on the outside. They kick out the corner man, Slade, right there to give him a little comfort.
And Cunningham very lucky that time to round up that football.
Did not have a hold of it, did he?